Good morning again. I'm very happy to see you finally in person after so long time of online meeting, although there are still persons connected with us, and I would acknowledge these people. Thank you very much for coming in person or virtually. And I will say that we can start the 10th International Congress of Tidal Sedimentology, Tidalites 2022. Introduce the conference, the scientific program of the conference with a very short presentation. So first of all, let me welcome you, in Matera again. Thanks for coming. And I would like to start this introduction with a very brief historical note about Tidalites. Many of you probably are attending Tidalites for the first time. Many are old attendants of the Tidalites, of the past edition of Tidalites. But Tidalites is a recurrent event that has been repeated every 4 years since its first edition in 1985, and held from many countries of the world and organized by many research groups focusing on the processes and the products of tides in the ocean, in shallow seas, and in transitional paralic environments, and all the variety of sedimentary deposits that derive from the combination of different types of processes dominating by tides or influenced by tides. So this community grew up during these 40 years until the last edition in Argentina in 2015, during which Italy was designated to host the next conference, which was originally planned in 2020. And you know the rest of the story. COVID has forced us to postpone the conference two times. And thank you for all your support during these 2 years of messages, announcements, and postponements, and so on. So everybody has suffered of this situation, and I hope that our effort will convert today in this conference in a series of conferences starting from today. Associated with the past edition of Tidal Conference, the field trips, pre-congress and post-congress field trips represent a very active part of the conference, during which people visit modern and ancient environments, discuss about processes at different time scales, and also they start new cooperation, new research ideas, and new projects. And this kind of part of the conference is particularly useful for young researchers attending this kind of field trips. And this activity resulted in the publication of a series of volume, spatial issues, proceeding of abstracts during different conferences that marked and punctuated the growing of the knowledge about in the field of the tidal sedimentology, tidal processing through the years. And one of the goals of this conference is try to create an open archive, so including all these publications in order to provide the opportunity to young researchers that want to move their first steps in the field of tidal sedimentology to have access to this kind of processes of growing knowledge about tidal sedimentology. The tidal community is guided by the International Steering Committee, which is chaired by Jesper Bartoli here, and which includes a number of experts as well as persons who have organized the past editions of Tidalites. And I really hope that this committee will grow up in the next futures, also including people coming from these different types of fields and disciplines. So let's go now to introduce the Italian edition of Tidalites, and as we announced a couple of months ago, I would like to introduce Tidalites by Tidalites 22 by using numbers. Since the opening of the registrations, which was around February 2022, if I remember well, we received more than 85 registrations, and this was a success, a first success. 35 of which resulted in 55 oral presentations and plus 20 poster presentations. And I personally was surprised, positively surprised by this, because people was still, shy to submit their works at the international conferences because of the great uncertainties related not only to the COVID situation worldwide, but also to the terrible situation which is affecting Europe, the entire Europe, and I would say the entire world during this last month. So thank you for coming, and thank you also to have been brave of this. Okay, among this presentation we account 23 early career researchers, and this is another proof of the very good state of health of the tidal community, the presence of young researchers. And this was the reason why we organized early career research, including master PhD students as well as postdoc researchers here. And the excessive number of young presenters forced us to distribute all this presentation in all the sessions, not only in the scientific session number 3, which is the one dedicated to the early career researchers. So thank you also for this presence. All these people are representing 18 countries. And this is an additional proof of the growing interest in the field of tidal sedimentology worldwide. Many countries, not only the ones experiencing important tidal processes along the coastline or in the coastal zones, but also countries that need to understand tides and to understand if tides can be considered as an important resource and a challenge for the future, are concurring in participating in this type of conferences. And I retain this very important sign for the future. And what about the scientific themes of Tidalites? We announced already a couple of months ago that Tidalites 2022 wants to focus the attention of researchers onto three major macro themes of scientific subjects, including energy, environment, and climate. Everybody knows that energy is important and the conventional resources are still important, although we are living in such a confusing, let's say, energetic transition from conventional to renewable resources, but everybody knows that we still need conventional resources, and the importance of tidal sedimentology for those resources that are entrapped into tidal deposits are important, are still important and challenging. As well as the knowledge of the tidal dynamics along the coastline and the sedimentary dynamics is crucial to optimize the energetic resources and to ensure the improving production of even new techniques to get in this kind of renewable energy from tidal currents, from tidal movements in the oceans. And we have to take care about coastal and marine environments, of course. The role of geoscientists in general and of tidal sedimentologists is key also under this aspect in the study on how to preserve coastal environments from the excessive anthropogenic pressure, as well as all the environmental problems related to global warming. And finally, climate. We cannot rule out this important future challenge, present day, let's say, challenge of involving the entire world of the scientists, including geoscientists, including tidal sedimentologists. We can give our effort to understand how climate change are changing, are influencing tidal processes and the movements of tidal sediments in a variety of environments. So the presentations that we received during the months of the call for abstract reflect exactly these three macro themes, as well as a number of specific themes of the congresses. And I would like to say thank you to everybody for having contributed to this, to present work reflecting exactly all these very important research subjects. Thank you very much. So let's go now to take a look on the program. As you know, the programs of Tidalites 2022 include 5 scientific sessions. Each one will be opened by a keynote speaker, and each session includes 6 to 7 presentations. Importantly, the second day, at the end of the second day, there will be a touristic visit to the Sassi di Matera, guided by an English speaker person. And if any of you want to register, there are still places, so please ask to the registration desk, and the visit will start tomorrow at the end of the second session. Importantly, a bus will transfer all the participants to the gala dinner tomorrow evening, starting from Piazza Matteotti. At the registration desk, the guys will indicate you where Piazza Matteotti is, and we'll transfer the participants to the Masseria Fortificata San Francesco, which is a beautiful place outside of Matera, 2-3 kilometers far from Matera, to attend the gala dinner and to attend the awarding of the best oral and poster presentation. Thank you very much to our openers of the scientific sessions that have so promptly provided titles and presentations perfectly too. Thank you for having provided such kind of leading edge example of researchers. And that, let's say, they were the attracting diamonds of this conference, so also promoting the participation of the participants. So they represent the evaluation committee that will express the rating on the oral and poster presentations belonging to the early career researcher session. In your program, these presentations are marked by an asterisk. Okay. We are a hybrid conference. I think that this will be the future of many conferences from here in the next future. So I would like to acknowledge and also to express our gratitude to the online participants that cannot attend in presence today this meeting. Thank you very much to everybody. The conference will be registered, so to allow to include all the presentations into an archive and to provide this presentation, the recording of these presentations to online attendances that are following us, but in countries with different time zones. So thank you also for have accepted this kind of modality of conference. Okay, I am particularly grateful to Italian Society, Italian Geological Society and Geological Survey of Italy for having accepted the publications of the 8 field trip guidebooks associated to Tidalites 2022 in 8 open access publications in the Geological Field Trip Maps journal. They have so promptly responded to our proposal, and I would say again that this probably is the first international conference offering such a kind of opportunity with so advanced. So thank you very much not only to these 2 societies, but also to the leaders and the authors of all these publications. Many of them are here today. Thank you very much for your expertise, for your effort, and for providing this opportunity that I personally hope will be a sort of standard for the next conferences. Thanks to the sponsor and the endorsers, of course. I would like to say thank you to the University of Basilicata, which is providing the opportunity to stay here today in the Almagna of the venue of Matera. You know, the Basilicata University has 2 major venues in Basilicata, one in Potenza, which is my venue, and this one here in Matera. And thanks to the 3 major scientific societies who supported and support Tidalites 2022, the Italian Geological Society, the International Association of Sedimentologists, and the Society for Sedimentary Geology here, as well as a number of other additional scientific societies, institutions, research groups that wanted to support, to stay with us during the phases of organization and promotion of the themes and the scientific subjects of Tidalites 22. This to me is was a very positive response from the community, demonstrating the interest in the field and the possibility also of interaction between the tidal sedimentologists and a number of different research and professional profiles, including oceanographers, chemistry, biologists, engineers, planetary geologists, and so on. So thanks to the Italian government, who has endorsed Tidalites 22 through the 2 major ministers, the Ministers of Infrastructure and Transport and the Minister of Ecological Transition, they also believe in the content of this conference and the importance of interplay and interconnection between all the countries with interest in the themes that I mentioned before. And thanks to the logistical support of Tidalites 2022, first of all, the GeoBus Student Association, you can see many of them scattered here, running here and there. You can recognize them thanks to the Tidalites feature. So please don't use this feature during these days, otherwise we can make confusion among these guys. But they will help you and will assist you in the different phases of this conference if you need something, okay? So thank you guys to be here. Thank you for your very important support and the energy. And thanks to 01, which was in Antonio Casorelli, which is not here, unfortunately, but it was the real Deus Ex Machina of the website of Tidalites 22, starting from 2019. So all the contents, the digital content that you find, you can see in the website, it is thanks to this guy. And thanks to Fondazione INI Enrico Mattei, which is the economical support of Tidalites 22. So I would say that that's all for the moment. Thanks so much again for coming. Thanks to all the people from home. And I will say that, again, I'm really, really happy to see you here in present. I want to touch everyone to be sure that we are here today. Thank you very much. And I will say that that's all, and we can start with the greetings from the authorities. Thank you very much for your time.